Hi, welcome to a tutorial about SwiftLink Data Miner. What you can see in the screen is Protege ontology editor with dbpedia ontology loaded. Let's start by opening SLDM tab. Go to Window, Tabs, and click SLDM tab, and then we switch to it. The left-hand side of the tab, there is a well-known class hierarchy, and in the right-hand side is a main part of SLDM. Let's select astronaut class. This is the class we want to extend. That is, we want to use SLDM to extract new axioms from the Sparkle endpoint. To use SLDM, we of course must specify the Sparkle address of the Sparkle endpoint. Let's use the normal dbpedia endpoint, and we click Run. SLDM first communicates with the Sparkle endpoint, downloads the part of the RDF graph which is necessary for the mining, and then performs the mining and displays the results. And that goes in a loop until all the mining is done. Now status is idle. All the actions that were to be mined are displayed here. Most of them, as you can see, consist of only single named class in the right hand side, but there are also some more complex actions. And here on the most right side of the window, for every action there are two buttons. One to display some annotations like quality and sparkle representation of the action, and another to add an action to the ontology. For this particular action, there is no such button because the action is already present in the ontology. Let's add an action astronaut subclass of natural person to the ontology by clicking accept. The action is now displayed with a white background, and if we go to classes, you can see here is a subclass of natural person with our annotations kept intact. This is the very basic workflow of SLDM, but if you take a closer look, you can see that there are some not that important things in the actions. For example, there is this wiki page ID or wiki page revision ID predicates used in this particular action. To get rid of them, let's go to the expert tab, and we will enter a regular expression to the field ignored properties, which will remove all predicates matching the expression. Let's say we want to remove everything which contains wiki in the beginning of the short name and what comes from namespaces dbpedia.org/ontology or dbpedia.org/property. Okay, our regular expression is filled. Now let's go back to the basic tab and click Run. And again, SLDM communicates with the Sparkle endpoint and then performs the mining. As you can see now, the concept is much simpler as there are no wiki something predicates. But we didn't mine that many actions in here. This is because by default the minimal support level is set up pretty high to 0.9. Let's decrease it to 0.6. Also, SLDM by default uses sampling, but when using publicly available Sparkle endpoint, using a sample size of 1000 may be a bit too much, especially if you are in a hurry. So let's decrease it to 100 to see just what can be provided by the endpoint. Let's go to basic and click run. As you can see, now there are much more axioms mined, and they are also more interesting. Like, for example, every astronaut has some birth date. Every astronaut has some birthplace. Birth year of an astronaut should be between 1923 and 1980. And definitely it should be a non-negative integer. An astronaut should also have some depiction, which is an image, and this image has some rights, and it has some thumbnail, and so on and so on. As you can see, there are now quite many and quite complex actions. And of course, some of them are already asserted in the ontology, for example, astronaut subclass of person. And more or less, that's it. As you can see, SLDM already finished the mining. So now you can explore the results and add actions you are interested into the ontology. I hope you enjoyed this short tutorial. Thanks for watching.